Here to talk about the new prince is royal family expert James McCourt. And James.
Serial, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Our first question out of the gate, being a mother, Maria and I have given birth. How does she walk out looking flawless? And we know what she's feeling.
Yeah, all my female friends that have had children honestly were contacting me on social media like, this is unbelievable. She's in heels. It's only 7 hours ago. How did she do it?
Not only that, but you're wearing the hospital mesh underwear still. I mean, what? Come on. That just seemed unbelievable yesterday.
I know. I mean, she's incredible. She knows her position and she really respects being a royal. She knows what she's got to do. And I think it's one of those things where I'm sure she didn't want to be there on the steps waving to the world's media, but she knew she had to do it. And she's got a team of people.
I was going to say, that's why you have people.
Yeah, exactly. She's got a stylist, a hairstylist. She's got the best doctors and surgeons, and that's why she's able to do what she does.
Well, we're looking at that red dress, and there's a significance. Princess Di, when she came out with Prince Harry, wore a similar red dress. Is she an ode to Princess Di here as well? Does she keep doing that? Because she does it a lot.
Yeah, I know what you mean, including, of course, the huge engagement ring, which was Diana's. Yes, I think so. It's a Jenny Packham dress, again, that she's worn for the last two births when she's appeared on the steps. She's worn one of those designs again. I think she looked fabulous. But, yeah, Diana's dress was the same colour. It had a similar collar, but big shoulder pads, because it was the 80s, of course.
Yeah. So now a lot of people are speculating on what the name's going to be.
Right, yeah. So
the name game has begun.
Yeah, we've got three in the running, to be honest. We've got James, which is my name. I think that would be a very good one. And that's Kate's brother's name. We've also got Albert, and that was the Queen's father's middle name. So that could, I could see how that could work. Or most popular is Arthur, King Arthur.
That's the one I love.
Yeah, right. So that's William's middle name, and it was also the Queen's father's middle name as well. So that's the one that's up there at the top of the moment. It's the bookies' favourite.
Do they have to pick a royal name, something in the lineage?
Usually, yes. Yeah, okay. Usually it's something from down the line in the royals, or somebody very closely associated with the royals. And it's normally a very traditional, what we'd say, I guess, old-fashioned classic name, if you will. So.
Now, James, let's be clear about this.
Yes.
This kid doesn't really have much of a chance of being king.
No.
So what does a prince who has no chance of being king do?
Well, the prince is fifth in line to the throne, so it's very unlikely that he'd ever be King Arthur, as I just mentioned. People who, should I say, royals that are not in line to the throne in the past have had quite a bad press, including the Queen's own sister, who died at just 72 after a life of partying and being a little crazy.
Princess Margaret.
Princess Margaret, that's right. And people were worried, I think, that Harry would maybe go the same way. If you remember, in 2012, he was caught naked in Las Vegas. But, he's now on the right track with Meghan. It's looking good. So I think as long as they find a charity or charities that they're passionate about, and they find, a path in life, they're usually okay. And I think, the charities hugely appreciate them being their ambassadors because, I mean, these are people on probably one of the biggest platforms in the world. I mean, they're a level above celebrity, aren't they?
I'm a huge fan of this TV show called The Crown.
Oh, yes, me too.
Do you watch it, James?
Yeah.
Oh, you do. And it looks like they don't want to be king or queen. Is that true? I mean, do they grow up really thinking, I don't want the crown, I don't want to do that?
I mean, the Duke of Edinburgh, apparently behind the scenes, calls the royal family the firm. I mean, he thinks it's a machine, which I guess in some respects it is. There's so much protocol that you have to go through, so many things you can and can't do, and really you're living your life by a very strict rule book. You can't vote, for example. You can't display any political opinion in either direction. So it's a life of service, and I think the Queen, obviously becoming Queen when she was very, very young, she's really had to just embrace the role.
And the longest reigning monarch.
Right. But she followed all the rules. She did it in a very traditional way. I think things might be slightly different once William becomes king and Kate Queen, because they're so much more modern and they are bending the rules a bit.
Well, that leads to my next question. Do you think, Prince Charles is supposed to, inherit the throne if whatever happens with Queen Elizabeth? Do you think the public, though, really wants Prince William and Kate Middleton? What's the public opinion of this family?
Yeah, I get asked that a lot, actually. I mean, I think as far as the Queen's concerned, Prince Charles will be the next king. I don't think there are any plans, at least at the moment, in the offing, that he will not be king. I think as far as the public opinion goes, I think we would rather it skip a generation and it be King William. I think Charles has just got that slight awkward way about him, doesn't he? Having grown up with a team of nannies, you know, not having this kind of very loving environment that obviously Kate and William's children have.
And he's had a few wrinkles in his life.
And he's got Camilla.
Right.
so there's that.
Let's be honest,
Yes.
there's just Camilla.
Now you have your fingers on the pulse of what's happening over there. What does the public think of the royal family these days?
Just generally.
Yeah.
You know, I think public opinion has massively shifted from the dark days of Diana passing and the Queen's reaction to all of that, where she seemed a bit detached from people's public opinion and how the nation was feeling. I think they have modernized massively now. And I think, you know, we've got an American joining the royal family. So
a divorced American.
Exactly.
It's sort of foreshadowed back in the day with, you know, William Wallace. I mean, Wallace.
Wallace Simpson
Wallace
and
Simpson.
Edward VIII, right. Yeah, he had to abdicate from being king, which is why the Queen's father became king, which is why we've now got the Queen. So because of a divorcee in the past, the whole thing changed, whereas now it's completely accepted. So, you know, they're becoming, I guess, a little bit more like us. And, you know, in the UK, we do pay our taxes towards keeping the royal family afloat. So we've got to feel like we're getting our money's worth, I guess. But, yeah, I think they've got a mental health charity now. They talk about their feelings a lot more. They're just more in tune, and I think that's the way they're going to survive.
Not that stiff upper lip thing anymore.
Well, we're going to have you
going.
back for Meghan Markle and the wedding, so lots
Sounds
to talk about.
good. I look forward to it.
Thanks so much. It's good to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, it's 8:16.